What?
No way! Mastermon's not the gold card. These are the gold cards I need. BT16 is here, introducing some of the most powerful secret rare cards ever seen in the Digimon card game. By a twist of fate, I just gotta get both. My wallet is gonna totally hate me for this. Honestly, this better be the best deck of the format because I'm not gonna financially recover from this. But you can help me out. Go to the AVAULT store right now and get the latest Cloudy Twins drop. If Magna X is immune to everything, and Rapid X is the ultimate control tool, that must mean if I put them together, I can make a deck so powerful that no one can stop me. So far, my experience with playing the blue VMon build with Magna X is that sometimes you run into choke points where you're not able to preemptively gain immunity, and that causes a bit of a risk. But with the yellow version, you're able to manipulate the security a lot more so then you can always ensure your Magna X has it. This is especially effective when you try to play around security bombs or even opponent's effects. Therefore, by combining Magna X and Rapid X together, we have crafted here the ultimate golden armor deck. For Digi-8 cards, I'm mainly running the BT14 Tokamon for draw power, and as my 5th egg, I got Narrowmon, which can help trash your own security to gain a memory, which also triggers Magna X's immunity. Patamon is the most important core engine of the deck because it gets you access to any of your level 4s, which are all vaccine traits. Pillowmon is also especially good in this format to stop any opponents from playing Digimon by effects, and we don't do so ourselves, so it doesn't affect us at all. The brand new BT16 Ukumon is just further to increase consistency and surge, keeping up momentum and tempo throughout all the games. Our level 4s mainly consist of both rapidmons to DP reduce and to bridge into Rapid X. There's also Gold Vidramon, which can stun the opponent's Digimon, and I also included Angemon for spot removal. As for level 5s, I play both Angewomon and Magna Angemon Ace, which can counter against your opponents to further DP reduce, but also ensuring your security is healthy at all times. Angewomon Ace is also perfect when it comes to synergizing with Magna X because it can trigger its immunity by trashing your own security. All your level 6 are toolbox pieces that help you answer any situation. Rapid X to suspend and control, Magna X to make aggressive attacks, and Venusmon to buy you extra turns. And Shine Greymon Ruin Mode to top it all off, which shuts off your opponents. Both TKs are crucial tamers that help you cycle through your security and gain memory at the same time. Awakening of the Golden Knight is an incredible option card that lets you bridge your level 4 armors straight into Rapid X or Magna X for only 3 costs. The same applies with Emissary of Hope because it helps you turbo digivolve for your stack. And of course, Heaven's Judgment for wideboard removal, and with so many different colors aside from yellow in this deck, you can easily wipe your opponent's board. And with that being said, let's give this a test drive at locals. Round 1, we faced against the regular Magna X deck. Since they're blue based, they have a bit of source stripping with Zudo and also bouncing effects, but we have DP reduction, which can play around the armor purge. Going first is ideal just because we don't want our opponents to chip away our security, which is a very important resource in the early game. The match was tough, we weren't able to find Patamon early enough, and our opponent was able to chip away and answer our board with whatever we played out. After this first one, I treat it as a warm-up and I know it's time to get my game on. This time, we started off with Patamon and Ukumon to begin cycling. With that, we're able to control their board and access our own security. We found open spots to chip damage against them bit by bit, and Venusmon was incredibly helpful to slow their turn down, especially when I anticipated Magnamon X coming out. The game went to a climax point where eventually both of us got our own Magna X's out against each other, but I managed to go super wide to the point where they're not able to block all of our attacks to go for game. For game 3, we had Rapidmon and Heaven's Judgment to clear their boards effectively, and then we're able to make a comeback 2-1 for the entire round. Round 2, we face against Numemon, and this can be an incredibly dangerous matchup because they can rush us down very quickly. Numemon also has board control with DP reduction, so it actually plays around our armor purge mechanics too. And since my main source of removal is also DP reduction, it may not be as effective because they have on-deletion effects that can float bodies back out. With that, Numemon can potentially gain memory, which limits our plays and potentially steal our turn, which is why it's really important to establish our TKs as soon as possible. We also need to be worried to play around their Valkyramon Ace as soon as they have a level 5 on the board. Rune Mode is super clutch because you can wipe their boards and also prevent any of their Ukomons from coming out from the breeding area for one whole turn. Patamon is also generally a great counter because it stops any Digimon played by effects. And by having those cards, we managed to secure game 1 easy. However, not so much for game 2 because our opponent was able to rush us down quickly and early and even get into Venusmon, which shuts off our when Digivolving effects. At one point, they had lethal and they were about to go for game. But there was one card that managed to save us and turn everything around, and that was Heaven's Judgment, saving us with only 1 life left. Back to our turn, we went into Patamon, into Rapidmon, Rapid X, and then into Angelmon Ace, and top it all off with Rune Mode once again, clearing their entire board. From there, we made a huge comeback, winning the round 2-0. Round 3, we played against Imperial, which is another matchup that has a lot of aggro. The BT16 Dragon Mode is exceptionally good counter against Patamon because it digivolves via the effect at the start of the main phase. This can lead them into their fighter modes, which can then bounce our stack. And at the same time, we have to respect their fighter mode Ace as well. And this is where Magna X really shines because with the immunity, they won't be able to bottom deck us at all. One thing to note is that Imperial can sometimes be slow at setting up, and we want to take advantage to beat them down before they can get there. Patamon is also MVP because it prevents the opponents from playing any Wormmons or Vmons via the new Davis and Ken Dual Tamer. The opponent was able to build a Paildramon only, but by taking it out, they were not able to make a comeback, so we won game 1 afterwards. Game 2, unfortunately, it seemed like the opponents bricked, and we were able to find Patamon and Ukomons to continue the cycle and gain a ton of momentum instantly. We even got into both Rapidmon X and Magnamon X, taking out any bodies that they throw out. We got such a large lead in the early game that they were not able to do anything against us. With 0 resources on their end, we took game 2 swiftly, winning the entire round 2-0. Want to see all the matches with full commentary? Become a deluxe member right now by clicking on the join button. So did having 2 of the most powerful Digimon make the deck unstoppable? I would say yes, but was it worth the price? Probably not. Yeah, sure, the deck is definitely powerful with so many different lines of play, but you really need to spend a lot of time just to master it. The moral of the story? Digimon's not paid to win, at least for now. And that's why I'm going to take a break and play what I truly love.